Hello and welcome. Today I've chosen to do another troll deck profile. I enjoy this deck quite a bit, so I've decided to remake it. It was an old school deck and it is Halloween themed. If you haven't clicked onto the Halloween theme part, I have chosen to do Ghostricks. Now these are quite a fun deck to play. They are a quite long stall deck, but if you can play them right, you can win the game. So here we go. If you don't already know the premise, I'm going to explain it very quickly. The main thing is, you always have to set your monsters face down. You're activating spells and traps to make your opponent's monsters also go face down. Next turn you would be flipping your monsters face up. By activating the field card plays, which I'll show you all later, you get to attack directly, and that's how you win the game. Don't worry, I will explain again later. That was just a lump summary. If this is the kind of deck for you, happy to run it. So, to start us off, I do run the 3 Ghostrick Gangshis. Now, this is a fun one to run. When it's flipped, depending on how many Ghostricks are on my side of the field, depends on the level of a star of a monster of a Ghostrick that I get to add to my hand. Now, let me explain. So, if I've got 2 of these on the field, right, and I flip 1 up, that gives me a 1 star. Right? Because there's 1 Ghostrick. So for each Ghostrick star on a monster, I get to search my deck for a 1-star Ghostrick monster. Then when I flip a second, so on and so on. So they're your main searcher of the deck, and it's really fun. Next, I run the 3 Ghostrick Jack Frost. Now this one's a little bit more fun. It's pretty much during all the attacking, this is a way to stop it. Putting my opponent's monsters face down, so it really does help out the deck with trying to get that whole their monsters face down, more of my monsters on the field. Next, I run 2 Ghostrick Nekos. Now, I actually really like this card. The cat theme is really cool. That's another reason I like it, but mainly because of its effect, I always enjoyed it. When my opponent would normal summon a level 4, or even just summon a level 4 monster in general, it would be switched to face down defense position. Now, if I had a particular trap card, which I'll show you all later, the combos really can go off just with those 2 few cards. Now, I do have to control another Ghostrick on the field to activate this one's effect, but 9 out of 10, if 1 Ghostrick's on the field, another one should be. Next, I run 2 Ghostrick Spectres. Now this one's a little bit more fun. When one of my Ghostricks is destroyed by card effect or anything, this guy can be special summoned in particular ways. So it's really fun to get those games out. I then run 2 Ghostrick Steins. Now this is pretty much Gangshki, but instead of monsters, it's spells, but it has to attack your opponent directly. So once again, what I mean by it's the same is it's the searches. So this one searches for your spells, and Gangshki searches for your monsters. So it's really fun to run. Next, for my one-offs, I run 1 Ghostrick Mummy, gives me the additional summon, 1 Ghostrick Lantern, helps against the direct attacks, 1 Ghostrick Yuki, and 1 Ghostrick Mary. That's it for my Ghostricks. Next, I still do run 3 more monsters, which are 3 Battle Faders. Now, I like Battle Fader. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I do use this in a few of my troll decks, or a few of my decks that I try to stall the games in. Mainly because when an opponent attacks directly, it's special summoned into defense. Now this gives me the bonus of the battle fade is over, as well as I can use that for a level 1 XZ summon. So that's it for my monsters. Moving on to my spells. I run 2 Ghostrick Mansions and 2 Ghostrick Parades. These help in the whole attacking my opponent directly. When I get the combos going, it's mainly one of the field plays, Ghostrick Neko, and the few more to make sure my opponent can't really keep flipping over their monsters. Next, for the one-offs though, I run 1 for 1. Bring out any level 1 I really need, because there are a lot in this deck. 1 Regeki for the board wipe. If you don't have Regeki, I have said before in my previous videos, get your hands on a Lightning Vortex, Dark Hole, really anything to get rid of those annoying board monsters. 1 Swords of Concealing Light. Pretty much just flips my opponent's monsters into face down position, which is the premise of this deck of what you are trying to accomplish. And then 1 Book of Tayu. Now this flips one of my face down position monsters face up, so that makes it a lot more fun. If I've got my additional summon mummy, I can have my monsters going out more and more. That's it for my spells. Moving on to the traps, I run 3 Ghostrick go rounds. I can activate the effects either turn, doesn't have to be my opponent's or mine, but it's pretty much I target the number of face down monsters I have and the number of face up monsters they have, and switch it so my monsters would be face up, and depending on how many flip face up goes on their side of the field face down, and then it's vice versa. Next, 3 Ghostrick Knights. Now this is the combo card I was talking about, because if I have this card and while I control a Ghostrick monster, my opponent cannot flip summon. So I'm going to quickly go through that combo right now. You need 1 Ghostrick go round, 1 Ghostrick mansion, and 1 Ghostrick Neko, and really any of the other Ghostrick cards you want. So I'm going to go with Gangshi, because that's a fun one to play. So, if I already have Ghostrick Knight on the field, Ghostrick Go Round, as well as Ghostrick Gangshi, and Ghostrick Neko, and Ghostrick Mansion. Now, this doesn't take long to really bring out, it's just trying to stall your opponent so you can get your trap cards and your plays right. Now, this is a quick combo, so if I've got Ghostrick Knight, Ghostrick Go Round, my opponent's monsters, I can keep on going face down, flip face up, then Gangshi's effect goes off, I can do the search. Ghostrick Knight means they can't flip their monsters face up as long as I control the Ghostrick on the field, and Ghostrick Mansion means I can attack them directly because all their monsters are face down in defense position. So that's the fun little combo of the deck. Next I run 2 Ghostrick Scares. Pretty much target any number of face down defense position monsters I control, change them to face up, and then count the number of monsters, and then if I do, the number of face up monsters on my opponent's side of the field go to face down defense position. So it's pretty much the quick version of Ghostrick Go Round. That finishes off my Ghostrick cards. Next I do run the Solemn Brigade of my version, just the 2 Solemn cards, Solemn Warning and Solemn Strike. As I have said in previous videos, if you don't have Solemn Strike or you don't have Solemn Warning, substitute for any cards that really stop your opponent from bringing out those annoying boss monsters that you want to get around. Finish off the traps of the main deck, I run 3 Quaking Mirror Force. If you don't know what this does, when my opponent goes to attack with a face-up attack position monster, of course, all their face-up attack position monsters go to face-down defense position, and they cannot switch it for the remainder of the game. They can use those cards for tribute summons or fusion, but they won't be able to use it for anything else. That's it for the main deck. Moving on to my extra deck, I run 2 Ghostrick Dullahan, the level 1 XZ monster, 1 Succubus, pretty much, 1 Alucard, 3 Angel of Mischief. Now I run the 3 because this is the main card I do want to bring out. I only have these cards because as soon as I bring one out, I'm going for the Angel of Mischief, and then I'm going to try and stall them for the 10 turns, or as long as it takes to pretty much get the win off this card. because as soon as it has enough XZs, I automatically win the game. Then, just for a little bit of run, I do run 2 Utopia Roots. Same version of Utopia, just a little version of it. It negates the attack and just helps me a lot. That's it for my Ghostrick deck. Hope you enjoy it. If you've got any comments or anything you'll do differently, feel free to comment. If you want to see more products like this, feel free to subscribe. I try to make as many videos as I can each day. Hopefully I'm going to be making a how-to video if I get enough likes or in the near future. Hope you all liked it. That's it for the Joker.